Hello and welcome to another amazing episode of my cooking series here at Cooking with Shani. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Keep subscribing, keep watching, and keep sharing my content. I am eternally grateful for your support. Today I come to you with homemade chicken spring rolls filled with chicken mince and vegetables. So easy to make and so good to eat. The homemade version is so much better. They come out crunchy and not oily at all, and the filling is delicious as well. You definitely have to try this with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or even a cold drink, and trust me, you will enjoy what you will have totally and fully. So let's get to our cooking process, and with me I will begin by introducing my ingredients to you. And so before you are all the ingredients that I am going to use today. And for my very first ingredient, I have 250 grams of chicken breast diced into small pieces, and I bought this yesterday and refrigerated it overnight. Next, I also have my array of spices, which are salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and mixed spices. I am also adding 2 cloves of crushed garlic. I mean, if you know me and my cooking, I love garlic like something else. I'm also going to use some soy sauce, 1 green pepper chopped, a bunch of spring onions, a cup of chopped cabbage, 1 carrot grated, coriander leaves chopped, 1.5 cups of wheat flour, a jar of cooking oil for frying, a cup of water, and 1 lemon for preparing my sauce. So stay tuned and let us cook. I am going to add some little oil to my pan. It should not be so much and it should not be very little. Then I am going to spread this out using my cooking stick, and I will follow closely with my diced chicken breast pieces. I'm going to cook this under medium heat until the color turns from pink to a slight kind of white. Then I'm going to add my array of spices. Mix everything thoroughly for about 3 minutes until the juices starts to come out of the chicken breasts. At this point, I'm going to add some little soy sauce, and I'm going to stir everything well and cover to cook on medium heat for about 3 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, my chicken breasts are doing very well. I'm just going to give this a slight stirring to ensure that my pot is not burning. And at this point, I'm actually going to go in with my bunch of chopped spring onions. And the stirring will continue over medium heat until everything is well mixed. And at this point, I'm also going to add my green pepper, and the stirring will continue once more until everything is nicely mixed and the aroma here is truly wonderful. I'm going now to go in with my chopped cabbage, 1 cup of this, and I'm following this closely again with my grated carrot. And at this point is where the mega mixing will begin. We are just going to mix and mix everything until it cooks to our final desire. So at this point, there is nowhere we are going to stop doing the stirring. Add your chopped coriander leaves and give this a final mix, and finally our filling will be ready, and we will move ahead to preparing our roll sheets. So just mix everything and spread it out now for cooling. I mean, just see how beautiful this looks. I like to say cooking is an art, and just look at how wonderful this art has just come out. To prepare my roll sheets, I am going to go ahead and add my 1.5 cups of wheat flour to my mixing bowl, and I'll add a bit of salt to this and a bit of cooking oil, and I will begin the mixing process. I'll mix everything and add some little bit of water and begin to knead my dough. Perfect, we are done, and I'm going to cover this for 20 minutes before beginning to make my roll sheets. 20 minutes later, I'm giving my dough one perfect knead and dividing it into 5 equal sized balls. Just like we did in making samosas last week, I am going to mold these balls into mini chapatis, 5 pieces, and once I am done, I'm going to layer these pieces one on top of the other and separating them with a layer of oil and sprinkling some flour after layering the oil on top of the mini chapati. In this process, the shapes do not matter as much because we are going to trim away the edges anyway. The reason for applying oil between the chapati layers is to ensure we have a good separation of the rolls once we preheat them or treat them with slight heating. Also, another secret to ensure that this separates so well is to add a bit of flour on top of this oil layer. Add as much flour as you can, because this is what will make your separation very easy. So once you do this, you add 1 mini chapati on top of this layer and repeat this process until you are done for all of this. These chapatis should be almost the same size and the same shape for the best results. Give this a firm, even roll until you have your chapatis covering the circumference of your rolling surface. You can make this as wide as possible, but for me, I think the circumference is enough. And for this time round, I'm not going to chop away my edges because they are not overflowing. They are just fitting perfectly along the circumference of my rolling surface. I am going to transfer this to a pan over medium heat, and I'm going to do some slight heating to enable my layers to separate and actually become translucent, ready for packing with my filling. After about 4 minutes of tossing and turning, you can actually see my layers separate themselves very nicely. This is actually very beautiful. You can use this to make samosas, or you can use them to make spring rolls as we are doing now. And yes, we are now done, and it's now time to separate our rolls. Just look at this. Very beautiful, separating effortlessly. So I am going to do this for all my rolls, and we are going to trim away any thick edges so that our rolls can be as thin as possible. With me, I have 5 wraps to form my chicken spring rolls, and usually my ingredients can make 8 spring rolls, so I am just going to store any excess filling for making my chicken spring rolls maybe tomorrow or another time when I have the time to make these wraps. To prepare my sealing paste, I'm going to use some water and a few tablespoons of flour to prepare a thick paste that will help me to close out my spring rolls. So this is ready and I'm putting it aside. It's time to now make my chicken spring rolls. I have my sheet, I have my filling, and I have my paste. So I'm going to add a bit of this onto my sheet. Just observe how I am doing this and you will be able to do it as well. So once my filling is just enough, I'm going to roll this over, roll again, then fold on the sides as you can see me doing. Once I fold on my sides, I'm going to roll this over again, and at the tip I am going to apply my paste and finally seal off my chicken roll. I am going to repeat this with all my pieces until they are now ready for the frying process. My chicken spring rolls are nicely done and ready for frying. If you don't want to fry this now, you can just cover this in a cling film and store it in your refrigerator, as well as the extra filling. For mine, I'm going to store it. I will fry it possibly tomorrow. Let's now get to the frying bit. Ensure you are heating your oil to a very hot oil, and this is confirmed by dipping our wooden spoon inside our oil. If it forms bubbles, then the oil is ready for frying. A few minutes into the frying, ensure you are turning your chicken spring rolls so that they don't overcook on one side. In case any pieces are ready, you can remove them from the hot oil and let them cool off over a draining towel, as I am doing. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. My pieces are nicely done and it's just time to garnish and serve them. I hope you like this. Next, I am preparing my sauce and I'm using a half a lemon juice followed by tomato ketchup. You can use any sauce of your choice, and to this I am adding pieces of my coriander leaves and stems, giving this a good mix, and yup, it's ready now for use. I love using this sauce because it teases my taste buds so well with some very good sour taste. And my spring rolls are ready, friends. I hope you try this. You will definitely not regret trying this. I promise you. So please get to like, share and subscribe to my channel and my content. Until next time, see you again. Bye and enjoy your week.